When your patio is tiny, why not create another one? Because 2 patios are better than 1, right? We're going to build this in less than 30 minutes, starting
Oh my gosh.
right now. I've been helping homeowners improve their home for a lot of years. They think it's intimidating, but it actually can be a lot of fun.
And we're here to help. Dad's the expert, but I've learned a few things along the way.
Practical, realistic home improvement information is what today's homeowner is all about. This little house with the big backyard belongs to Jerry and Shay LeBeau.
What I love about the house is that it's big enough for us, just enough space for the 2 of us. The cul-de-sac that we live on is pretty great. There's some awesome families that live around here. We love that the backyard is big enough for us to have a space to enjoy.
It's not exactly what we want it to be right now. There's not a lot to do. There's something missing. You know, it's not inviting, you know, and love being outdoors, so we want to make it to where you want to go out there. You know, like I can't wait to get out there.
So we're going to be looking at their backyard. Is there a lot of room to work?
From the pictures, looks like there's quite a bit, and I saw a picture of their unique fire pit.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll have to.
I don't know if I'm excited or scared to see this.
Well, we have to be careful. That might be one of their favorite parts of the whole backyard.
Oh.
You know, homeowners are always looking for a way to have an outdoor living space with shade. This place has the perfect shade.
I know, it's a huge backyard and 2 beautiful trees.
Absolutely. You were talking about an outdoor living space, but hey, you got quite a patio there right now.
Yes, that's my favorite part of the house.
But you want to embellish it a little bit.
Just a little. The problem with the porch right now is it's the original foundation. It's just really small.
It's just not enough space for us to do what we would like.
And how do y'all think y'all would use it? Would you be eating outside or just sitting and hanging out?
Definitely. We would love more space to just eat together and enjoy a good evening.
I'm happy with the fire pit.
That's all you need?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have a fire pit over there, Jerry. It looks
Yeah, I'd like to keep that the way it is.
Is that right? Good.
We attempted to make a fire pit a few years ago. It did look a lot better than it does now. Now we mostly use it for burning our limbs that fall out of the trees.
Maybe even bring a patio out here and use this tree.
Right. Sometimes in the afternoons we do bring the chairs from the porch and we sit under the trees because of the shade. And
okay, so y'all just like being outside no
We
matter
do.
how you get it.
Now, of course, there's a lot of different surfaces. We could go concrete, we could go brick. You've seen the pavers.
I always like the paver look.
Yeah.
yeah, we want to be fancy.
Yeah.
One of the toughest parts about paver patio building is all of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
I think we're okay here.
Yeah, I think Jerry's gonna work out great.
Will you be physically able to maybe lift 25 to 50 pounds at a time?
I have a mixed martial arts gym here in Mobile. I've been doing martial arts and competing and all that for like 34 years. I'm
we'll take it
usually
slow.
try to stay around 5. You know, that's my limit when she's around.
Well, I don't work out as much or as hard as he does, so I have to use my brain and my words to keep him in check.
Basically, she tricks me.
And then maybe if you can do without that fire pit, maybe we can put one up here.
Definitely.
I'll have to see first.
Okay. I guess the first challenge we have is figuring out how to deal with this slope. Because you can't make it level,
No.
or it'll be way up in the air.
Yeah, so we'll have to figure out how to get from the old patio to the new patio.
We call it a graceful transition.
Okay, and maybe we can get a radius around the fire pit.
Those are hard.
I know, but they're pretty.
They're pretty. Okay. Once the layout is complete, we begin removing the grass with a sod cutter we rented.
Renting tools from our rental center gives you the opportunity to rent at a very low price and just use it once instead of buying a very expensive tool. A popular rental we have in our tool rental center is a concrete saw. It's a very expensive piece of equipment, $1,500, $2,000. If you're making one cut in your concrete, it makes sense just to rent instead of buy.
I know you've been wanting to get in here and grab a hold of this, but now it kind of works arms a little bit. You all right?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
I can see it's doing a number on you.
Yeah, you ready?
So there's nothing I can mess up, right?
I don't think so. Nothing but a few
All
roots
right,
to hit.
so just go ahead and hit it up here.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, all right, cool. So I went ahead and just jumped on the machine. I'd like to think that I was running it, but it more was kind of running me.
At least once a year, it's important to test the soil in your lawn and garden to make sure it's not too acidic or too alkaline. And you can buy a soil test kit, or you can make your own tests using nothing more than a little vinegar, baking soda, and water. Start with a clean container and add a little bit of soil, then pour in ½ cup of white vinegar. If it starts to fizz up, the soil is alkaline, you need to add some sulfur. In this case, we have no reaction, so we're going to do a second test. And again, get a clean container, add a little soil. Again, you don't need much, that's plenty. And we're going to add ½ cup of water, and then we're going to mix it. Just want to make sure all that dirt's not just sitting on the bottom. And then we're going to add ½ cup of the baking soda. And this is to test to see if it's acidic. So a little baking soda. There you go. Add that right to it. And let's see if there's a reaction. Whoa, that is certainly a reaction. And if you get a reaction like this where it fizzes that much, that means the soil is acidic and you need to amend it with pulverized lime. Now, if you run both tests and get no reaction, that means the soil has a neutral pH and you don't need to amend it at all.
Simple Solutions is brought to you by Tight Bond, the pro's advantage.
After the break, Jerry shares a little too much.
You're not going to air that, are you?
We're creating a 2-patio backyard for Jerry and Shay, and the site is far from level.
Perfect.
So we're getting ready to build a short retaining wall on the low side of the space.
I think just a little bit of tweaking there, and we can go right with the paver base
Good,
and
I'm
start putting the
excited.
retaining wall up.
Is it similar to concrete?
Similar, it gets as hard as concrete once you put
Crushed
it
stone.
in the trench, and then we'll take a hand tamp it up real nice, and then we can start putting the retaining blocks right on top.
Don't we need to level this thing out a little bit more?
Well, actually, that's what we're doing, because when we put the base in and then we put a few blocks on, then we'll take a lot of the dirt there and feed it back up against it. Still won't be level because we don't want it to be. We want that water to run off this way, but it'll appear level, and we're going to try to get as much of this in today so that it can set up overnight. We've got a little extra help to move the dirt tomorrow. You know, when you get on a project like this, you really want to go full speed, but boy, if you don't get those first few blocks right, it's going to be a long day in paver paradise.
Oh yeah, the foundation is key.
Now, most of the time, most people like to get on it like this, and then you just
No, they
jump.
don't. Don't listen to him.
But you don't have to.
I'm too clumsy for that, Daddy.
Building a retaining wall isn't the most glamorous part of this project, but it's necessary. So these rumble stones from Pavestone are perfect for the job.
At the start of day 2, we have some extra help to move all of this dirt and a concrete saw to cut the rumble stone.
It'll cut its way through there pretty much like butter, but if you push it a little bit too much, it could stall. So, you comfortable with it?
Yeah, I'm ready to get on this.
All right, man.
toys.
It's all you, man.
You do love your tools, babe.
Of course, I'm a guy. It's loud, and it cuts, and it's just fun. I think I was born for this.
Since we've dug up and moved a bunch of this red clay, it's important that we get it compacted back down. And I think Shay is just the gal to get this plate compactor under control.
I was super excited. Oh my God.
And it's like, you know, she handled it like a boss, which is usually what she does with me. She plays the boss and I do all the work. You're not gonna air that, are you?
All right, since the guys have the patio under control, I thought we would fix up the shed. That way you can enjoy your patio and your shed's all cute to look at.
Great, I've been looking forward to this.
Thank you for letting me have creative license because I picked out a color that I love. It's black.
Black, okay, well, I'm gonna trust your judgment on this
Okay.
one. I was a little concerned when Chelsea said it was gonna be black. Oh, okay, so that's not looking as dark as I thought it would.
It's like off black.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, and I really like it.
It's like storage, but make it cute.
Right, right. I never thought about painting this shed actually because it matches the house.
I have plans for the house too.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, not the whole house. But I think we'll paint the back doors to match the shed. That way you kind of get the tie-in between the two.
Oh, right. That would be neat.
Even though we're using big old paintbrushes, this shed is taking a long time to paint by hand. So it's time for my favorite paint sprayer from Woodcraft. And it's another new tool I can show Shay how to use.
Now it's time for some paver base. A lot of paver base.
All right, just throw them on the ground, cut them. Everybody else just start spreading them out here.
This is really easy to spread. When Jerry is assigned a task, he takes it very seriously. So even when he's raking, he wants to make sure it's right.
He looks like he's in an MMA fight with the rake.
I think the rake's gonna lose.
When I was younger, I worked some concrete. I don't know, I guess the old instincts kicked in, and I was like, all right. And then I had to pose, make sure I was looking good for the wife. You know, it's like, hey.
You know, since it looks like a life-size Zen garden, what you have to do is take your rake and you make these nice swirl designs in there and make it really pretty. I'll teach you the swirls.
Okay.
I'll teach you the swirl patterns.
I realized this was my chance to, you know, really get involved and show my creative side, you know. So I was just trying to make everything nice and smooth and suave, work a little dance skills in there. You know, did you pick up on those?
All right, the next thing we're gonna do is put these bricks along the edge, and it'll be a border for the patio. So we're gonna do this way, and then we'll lay these going this way, and you wanna make sure that you line them up with the inside of the retaining wall block and let it overhang a little bit, and we're gonna glue them down like we did the retaining blocks, and then we'll go in and lay sand and then the main pavers of the patio. I got 2 caulk guns ready to go.
All righty, my favorite part.
Is it your favorite? Here, I'll give you the nicer one. The luxury model.
The way she applies glue actually fits into her personality. She's very artistic and meticulous, so that was a good choice of job for her.
I love the look of hardwood floors, and they're perfect when you have kids or animals because they're so easy to keep clean. But I will tell you, they wear over time and they can get damaged or scratched, and that's no good. So if you like the look of hardwood floor, I've got a good option for you. This is life-proof, waterproof flooring, and it's made to look like real wood. What I like about this is look on the back. It's got an underlayment already attached to the back. So you don't have to put anything down. You can just start taking it out of the box and putting it into place. It's very easy to install because it has a locking system that you just line up the planks and you lock them down into place. Now, it's got a 20-year commercial warranty, so you know it's gonna be good for your house. And it's got 22 mil thickness on the top, so it's gonna hold up over time. So if you like this style of hardwood floor, I think we got you covered.
This Best New Product segment is brought to you by the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Coming up, Jerry steps in it. Literally.
Oh, no, you didn't step on that, did you?
Jerry and Shay's new patio is really taking shape. And at the start of day 3, we're ready to spread sand.
You know, it took us a while to get to this point on our paver patio. We were fortunate because we had a lot of clay that made for a great base. Then we put down the paver base. It feels just about like concrete. Now, to make sure the pavers are nice and level, we're going with the sand. We'll screed all of that out, and in no time, we'll be installing those pavers.
These metal pipes help us ensure that the sand is a consistent depth all over the patio to support these heavy pavers.
You know, a lot of times we do these paver patios, you got these little nice, innocent, easy to lift pavers.
Yeah.
This time, 2 foot by 2 foot, probably weigh over 75 pounds. I'm glad Jerry's here. You need Shay to come over and help you out?
I think she could get at least 2 of these.
We don't want to dip it in there, so let me grab one end. You grab that end. Oh, no, you didn't step on that, did you?
No, he didn't.
He stepped in the sand.
Golly, Jerry, you had one job.
I started to straighten him out, but I was going to give him a chance.
Give yourself a chance.
Showing you guys what not to do.
Once we get a system going, the pavers go down quickly. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Shay start painting the back doors to the home.
What do you think about the big pavers that we're using?
Oh,
You ever seen them that big?
Never seen them that big. Those are pretty cool.
I'm just glad we don't have to carry them.
Oh, yeah.
We got to keep busy, though. We got to look busy all day.
So, in order to make that nice transition between the old patio and the new patio, we'll just dig out a little bit there. We're only going to need 2 steps.
Right. And you just have to make sure that they're the same size as each
And
other.
that's the key thing there. Each one of those will be the exact same step up,
Woo.
which is so important on stairs.
It's a lot of math.
We had to cut out some of the slab from the overpour on the original slab, so I seen a big saw and I just felt like going to town. Bad part with this is it's on water, dust, slinging it all up on the backside, I was having a good time.
Before we get to the new fire pit, Jerry and Shay decide to take down the old one.
Oh gosh, yep. Yeah, I got it, but no more.
Lift with your neck.
What neck? That's what we were joking about, this sweater that she picked out for me. I was like, I don't have a neck, and this is probably a sweater for guys with necks.
You got it? Yep. You need me to get it?
Sure, you want to get it for me?
No.
The last thing we do to gussy up the area surrounding the new paver patio is to stain the concrete pad to help it tie into the new paver patio a little more closely. We're going to use the pump-up sprayer and spray it in a circular motion, get some circles going, and then you're going to use the roller and back roll it into the concrete. Be the hardest part, maybe this part right here. Oh. I knew that was going to be bad. Okay, this is a little sloppy, but now we have one less spot that we have to spread stain on.
Once the pavers are complete, we sweep sand into the joints and we're ready for the new fire pit. All right, I got it positioned. I've already marked everything. If you guys can just move it over to the edge, we're going to attempt to build this in less than 30 minutes, starting
Oh my gosh.
right now. Let's go.
Let's go. No offense, I thought it was a gimmick. I was like, there's no way we're gonna build this thing in 30 minutes.
Shay, how we doing?
5 minutes, 26 seconds.
Boom, boom.
There we go. Check the time.
17 minutes.
No way.
17 minutes. Look at that.
We're awesome, yep.
All right,
No way, that is
all right.
awesome.
There you go.
We crushed it, we knocked it out in 17 minutes, which I wouldn't have believed it unless I was a part of it.
It's cool looking too, isn't it?
That looks great.
I didn't think we'd do it in 30 minutes.
I mean, it doesn't quite have
That's
the personality your previous fire pit did. Well, a little landscaping and then a little furniture and.
I feel it. Landscaping. I feel like something's
I was
coming
going to pull
on.
that same thing.
Jerry and Shay have a beautiful backyard with great shade trees and lawn, but the old fire pit had seen better days, and the existing patio offered limited opportunities to enjoy the outdoor space. It was too small for entertaining, and the monotone color palette lacked any interest. But now, the whole backyard has come alive with the addition of a big new patio that complements the shape of the trees, while it enjoys their shade. The large format pavers make the patio seem larger than it actually is, and the new fire pit is the ideal spot for entertaining. There are 2 large steps that create a very graceful transition to the old patio, which has been revived with a new shade of stain and a bold color on the doors. And that same color on the storage shed, plus some simple landscaping, has transformed this yard into a spot you just can't wait to enjoy.
It turned out even better than we thought it could.
Yeah, I think it looks gorgeous. It's just way beyond my expectations. It's amazing.
Our backyard was nice to begin with. It just wasn't much out here. So with the new paint and the patio, the furniture, everything came together really nicely. It's all cohesive now and functional. And now we can look out the back door and we see this beautiful patio instead of nothing.
So there we go, another completed, very cozy outdoor living area. You know, it's very gratifying to do a project like this because I know Jerry and Shay and family and friends will be able to enjoy it for years to come with very little maintenance since it's a paver patio. Now, I hope you enjoyed seeing this project come together, and thanks for being with Chelsea and me here on today's Homeowner. We'll see you next week.